For centuries, gold was extracted out of India, first by the pillagers who came from the West Asian desert, and then by the systemic transfer of wealth by the hands of illegal, usurpic Islamic rulers. However, as Indian kings regained power in the subcontinent, Europeans came begging in their small boats, on which half of them used to die due to their unhygienic practices on their way to India. However, whoever remained used to do menial labor tasks or even help with the tax collection. Sometimes the local landlord would reward them, and this reward was so large in comparison to what they had back in Europe that when they went back, it would destabilize their local economy. And this created a frenzy movement in Europe, and Europeans started to venture out in large number post that, especially with the help and orders of the church. Soon they graduated from begging and menial tasks to trading. And I'm using the word trading to rather hide some of the darker aspects of those trades because backwater Europeans had little to offer in exchange for the gold. However, they used the money rather judiciously. And they started to industrialize, especially with the modern weapons of the time. Long story short, by begging, bribing, and bullying, they started to gain control over small parts of India as an important trading group. As is the nature of Europeans, they started to, wherever possible, they started to backtrack on agreements and contracts, used unfair trade practices, and started to enter the governance. Being fairly good in backsliding and having a strong desire to lift Europe out of poverty, they started to play the local politics. Especially in the early days, they used Islamic rulers to fight other local kingdoms, and they gained prominence in the governance. And as fate would have it, their alliances won. And slowly but surely, East India Company transformed into British Raj. This marked the rapid deindustrialization of India, which was already under pressure to overcome from the holes left by Islamic plunderers. The wealth transfer was on so much overdrive that they literally had to create railways to get the things out to the port cities of India. Levying heavy and illegal taxes on Indians further aided this transfer of wealth. They forced the Indian farmers to stop growing the nutritious crops and instead focus on cash crops like indigo, which destroyed the soil in ways that it caused unprecedented large scale and repeated famines in India. Famines can not only break the will of the people, but can also destroy the social fabric. And that is what happened.